Since the reveal of GTA 6 trailer 2, I've seen a lot of videos talking about the graphics, the story, the characters, but I haven't seen a lot of videos talking about the weapons. So let's change that and talk about all the confirmed weapons so far that we've seen from the trailers and the screenshots. But just before we get into all the details, if you are excited for GTA 6, make sure to smash the like button, and while you're down there, make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already for more GTA 6 videos like this one. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, let's start off with the assault rifles. Now we do get to see a few in the trailer and the screenshots. First of all, in this screenshot we get to see Jason holding the M4A1, or better known as the Service Carbine in the GTA universe, and then we again see Jason using the same weapon in the small clip where Jason, Lucia and Raul are robbing a bank. Now yes, I know it's not exactly very clear to see, but of course from the top of the weapon, the handle, we can see it's the same weapon as the M4A1, or like I said, the Service Carbine in the GTA universe. And also in the same clip where our protagonists are robbing the bank, we get to see Raul holding an MK18, or better known as the carbon rifle MK2 from the GTA universe. Now to most of you guys, this doesn't come as a surprise because let's be honest, we all knew these two weapons were making their way into GTA 6. We have them in GTA 5 and it only made sense for them to carry over to GTA 6. But that's not it, because we also got to see the same weapon again in this clip with Brian and what I'm assuming to be his wife. However, this version of the carbon rifle not only has a foregrip attachment, but it seems to also have a much longer barrel. Or maybe not, maybe I'm just seeing things, but if it is indeed a longer barrel, then it's simply just showing us the amount of different customizations that we will have with our weapons in this game. And throughout this video, you'll get to see much more weapon customizations, but it's just simply showing us the amount of freedom that we will have with our weapon customizations most likely have not been seen before in any GTA game. We move on to the trailer, and specifically the Phil's ammunition scene, where we can see Phil holding the carbon rifle again, but this time it has an American flag camo on it. Now the camo has covered a good amount of the weapon, but not all of it, which is quite disappointing if I'm being honest with you guys, because camos look much better if it is covering the whole weapon. It just gives it a much better look. But anyways, this is very significant because this shows us that weapon camos are confirmed to be in GTA 6, and that is cool. But you know what would be even cooler is if Rockstar Games would actually allow us to create our own camos and customize them however way we want. And maybe I'm asking a bit too much of Rockstar, but if we can have something like that, like I said, that would be even cooler. Sticking with the Phil's ammunition scene, I'm telling you guys, we get to see plenty of weapons in just this couple seconds. But the two ladies are holding two huge melons, two carbon rifles. However, they are heavily modified with optics, foregrip and barrel attachments. For the final assault rifle that has been confirmed through the trailers and the screenshots is on the wall behind Phil, again in the same ammunition scene in trailer 2. We can see what appears to be multiple different variations of the AK-47. Now to be honest with you guys, we kind of already knew the AK-47 was making its way into GTA 6, because if you guys remember from the September 2022 leaks, we knew that the AK-47 was in the game, but it seems like we will have more than just your normal AK-47. We have about 5 different variations of the AK-47. The more weapons we have in the game, the more we can experience and use different ones. So that will do it for the assault rifles category. Now we're gonna stick with the same scene but move on to the shotguns category. We can see on the wall behind Phil the different types of shotguns that will be available to use in GTA 6. For example, we have a pump action shotgun, a double barrel and a semi-automatic shotguns, all on the wall behind Phil. So that is confirmation of these 3 types of different shotguns to be in the game. Now to be honest with you guys, I know I haven't been going into details for the weapons that are behind the wall, because quite frankly I am not 100% sure on each exact models, and I don't want to give you guys fake information, and that's why I'm not talking about the exact models, but instead just the type of weapons that we can see. However, we do get to see a double barrel shotgun in action in one of the Mount Calaga screenshots. As you guys can see in front of you right now, we see this man on the boat firing alligators with a double barrel shotgun. That is pretty cool if I'm being honest with you guys. But when it comes to the shotgun category, that's it. That's everything we have in the screenshots and the trailers. Now let's move on to the light machine guns, or the LMGs. Now we only get to see one in all of the screenshots and the trailer. We only get to see one, and you guessed it, it's also in the same ammunitions scene of trailer 2. We have Phil holding the M249 SAW LMG, which has the box magazine, but also Phil has modified the weapon to include a large optic attachment. Once again, I know I keep on repeating myself, I sound like a broken record, but all of this is simply Rockstar Games showing us the different amount of customizations and the freedom we'll have with our weapons. Again, that is pretty cool. Okay, so that will do it for the LMG category. If we go back and take a look at one of the Mount Calaga screenshots, we can see a hunter holding a hunting rifle. Now you could actually mistake this for a sniper rifle, but because of the setting of this screenshot being in a forest with animals, this can only be a hunting rifle, and we know that hunting is an activity we can do in GTA 6. So that's why I am leaning more towards this being a hunting rifle than a sniper rifle. However, I can definitely see this becoming our starting rifle. It's not as powerful as a sniper to be absolutely destroying everyone from the beginning of the game, but at the same time it's no joke and it will definitely get the job done. Again, I must say this is just speculations from me, nothing is confirmed, this is just what I believe will be happening. Following that, if we take a look at the trailer, we can see our only submachine gun or SMG, and that is none other than the MP5 or the C9 if you play Black Ops 6. If you know, you know. We see Lucia holding the MP5 in the scene where Lucia and Jason are robbing what I think is a bank, but Lucia is using the default arm sights of the MP5. However, seconds later, we also see Jason using another MP5, but Jason's MP5 has an ACOG sight on it. But the interesting thing about Jason's MP5 is that it seems like it's chambered in the 10mm instead of the default 9mm, and the reason why I'm saying that is because the default 9mm magazine is actually curved while the 10mm magazine is straight, just like the one we see on Jason's MP5. It just goes to show the type of customizations that we will have, and there has been much more than just the optics and the foregrips and all that. No, even the different types of ammo that you can chamber your weapons with. Our next category is gonna be the pistols. First of all, we see the screenshot where Jason is sitting on a motorcycle holding a Beretta. You can see the red dot and the design on top, it's pretty much the same. We also see it in the small clip on Rockstar's website where Jason is robbing a store, and as he pulls up the weapon, it's none other than the Beretta pistol. If you compare the pistols in both of the screenshots, you can see they are identical, but it doesn't end there just yet because we actually see in action the Beretta pistol in trailer 2 where we see Jason firing a pistol from inside of his car. Again, that is the same weapon, the Beretta pistol. In this screenshot of Bobby Ike, we can see the Glock just randomly chilling on the table right there, and may I add, a very customizable Glock with the gold accents and the switch at the back, which of course turns it from a semi-automatic weapon to a fully automatic weapon. And while Bobby Ike's Glock is very customizable, in a different screenshot we can actually see Brian giving Jason a stock version of the Glock with no customization, no switch and no gold accents, pretty much zero customization, just the stock Glock. And it's simply shown us the difference between how a stock weapon looks like and how a fully customizable weapon will look like. Although it is the same exact weapon, they look very different. But that's not it, because we once again see the Glock, but this time is held by Lucia in this image that you're seeing in front of you right now. However, there is also another gun that is being held by the man outside, but unfortunately it's a bit too blurry to make out which exact pistol that is. Towards the very end of the GTA 6 website, we see Lucia and Jason closing the trunk of the car while Lucia is holding a pistol. Now at first glance, the pistol appears to be the .380 Beretta. However, unfortunately here it's unclear, but if we take a look at the artwork with Jason and Lucia on the bed, we can clearly see it is indeed the .380 Beretta pistol with the same design and everything. In this screenshot, we can clearly see the lady is holding a revolver, which is of course returned from GTA 5. But the interesting thing about it, first of all, we can see on the side of the barrel it says Mustang 357, which could be the name used in GTA 6 or it's the name of the bullets that this weapon shoots. And second of all, it also has the Duke Arms Company logo on the revolver. It is the weapon manufacturer from Red Dead Redemption 2. So there it goes, that's another hint that the Red Dead Redemption and the GTA universe are the one universe, they share one universe. And yeah, I just found that to be very interesting. And we move on to the final pistol that we've seen from the trailer and the screenshots. Appears in this roll screenshot where he's in the car and by his side is the M1911, but to be honest with you guys, I am not 100% sure. I was thinking maybe it's a very highly customizable variant of the Glock, but the more I look at the image and the pistol, I am leaning more towards the M1911, but again, I could be wrong. Tell me in the comment section down below. For our next weapon category, I have mixed two together. We have the snipers and the marksman rifles. I've decided to combine them together because they are very similar. First of all, we have what appears to be either the AR-10 or the AR-15 SPR sniper. Unfortunately, I'm just not sure between which one it is. Now, I am leaning more towards it being the AR-15. If you guys know, make sure to tell me in the comment section down below. And second of all, in the same screenshot, the man on the right is holding the M14 marksman rifle with a red dot optic attached to it. Next up, we have the heavy / the special weapon category, and you've only seen one of them throughout the trailer and the screenshots, and that is none other than the grenade launcher that we get to see for a split second in trailer 2 where Lucia is firing at the police vehicles. Now this isn't a new weapon at all because we have seen it in GTA 5, so it will be making its return in GTA 6, and I'm very excited to see it back because you can create havoc with the grenade launcher. It is super fun to use in GTA. And the fun weapon category that we know of so far through the trailers and the screenshots is none other than the melees. We get our first look at the baseball bat in the screenshot, and then again we see in the trailer when Jason is threatening the shop owner to collect money from him, we see Jason holding the baseball bat. And to be honest, this isn't really a surprise because since GTA Vice City, we've always had the baseball bat, and GTA 6 will be no different. And to finish off, we have the final confirmed weapon, and that is also the golf club melee. We see it in this screenshot being held by Cal. Now obviously in the screenshot itself, we see that Cal is at an amusement park playing mini golf, but let's be honest here, the golf club will definitely not only be restricted to the mini golf activity, we will definitely be able to use it as a weapon, and in my opinion that is pretty cool. So there you have it, everybody. That is every single confirmed weapon to be returning in GTA 6. Now of course keep in mind that this is only from the screenshots and the trailer. There's plenty, and I mean plenty more weapons that we haven't seen yet, but like I said, definitely expect more weapons to be available once the game launches. But with that being said, make sure to click the video on the screen right now to learn of an awesome reference in the GTA 6 screenshots. Thank you guys for watching this video.